build it right, be safe, be competent. I need a long loop if you're going to use a rope. If you can go over the top of the post. What you got now is you got an open loop, put your hand in there, turn it in on itself. That's a girth hitch. Some people call it a cow hitch. It is a girth hitch. When I grew up, and if you cinched a saddle on a horse, it was a girth hitch. If you're doing rock climbing and you end up with a girth hitch on your figure eight rappelling device, you're hurting because it don't turn loose. So now, in order to make a girth hitch where you can go over the top of the post, it looks like that. Now, say you're wanting to pull a shrub, pull a tall post or whatever. Can't go over the top, so you come down here. You go under, come back over. You went under, over, back through. Now you have the same hitch. That's a girth hitch. Do it like this. Here's what happens. It will not slip even on a well pipe. Now, if I'm going to show you how you're pulling a T-post or whatever. I'll show you both ways. The easiest way, do just like I did with the rope. You're going to do it like this. You got two eyes. You're just going to fold them in on one another. Didn't get quite enough slack, but I'll make amends of that. Now I got it big enough. Now you got the girth hitch. The part that's doing the strain is on the bottom of the girth hitch. Now I'll do it with the chain where I can't put it over the top of the post. You got the working part. You put it on the bottom. Come up and over and around and through. Now you got a girth hitch again. You can take that girth hitch, slide it anywhere you want. It can be a wooden post, round post, square post, T-post. Just leave a little slack in it. I'm going to lift it with the tractor. Just watch the post. You can have one with a 200-pound concrete ball on the bottom. It still will not slip. The way that girth hitch works right here, the tighter you pull on it, the tighter it grips whatever you're trying to get out of the ground. In other words, for most people in rope work, rope work, the king of knots, for me and most other people who know knots, is the bowline. For somebody that's working with a chain or rope to pull things, the girth hitch. You take this like this, turn the chain in on one another, and I'll do it from, let you show the other side. You now have a girth hitch. In other words, this part right here, it just slides up, cams up, locks up. For all practical purposes, for most lifting devices, this happens to be a 1/4 inch chain. It's almost the lifting capacity of the bucket. If you got something that you break a 1/4 inch chain, then you don't move up to a log chain, you move up to a 5/16. Now, people say they can't lift this, they can't lift that. You got a bucket, you got a pallet fork on it, or you got this. There's a pivot point here and a pivot point right over there where the bucket pivots. The specs tell you what the max lift off the ground it gives you as you go up. That is absolutely not the max lift of what this tractor will do and what you need it to do. Say out here, it lifts 1,000 pounds. At the pivot point for the fork or the bucket, 1,500 to 1,800 pounds. But if you just take and do this, you're going to use a girth hitch again. You now move the lifting point down there closer by moving from here on the pivot point to here. All your lines are protected. You can use a sling or whatever. You'll increase what you can lift off the ground by a factor of from 500 to 800 pounds more. You've changed the leverage from down here to up here. It's amazing. I've tried lifting things before. All I do is bypass. I quit trying to hook it out here, quit trying to do the forks. On the forks, you have the option of sliding the forks, a lifting device that slides all the way back against the back, and the lifting device on a fork, the leverage is about there. But here again, this knot, when you take a girth hitch like that, once you come down on it like that, it tightens up. When you get ready to turn her loose, if I'm going to use a chain on there instead of a rope, I get an ugly piece of carpet, 6 inches by 2 feet, wrap the carpet around it, put the chain on it. You do not mar up the tractor. Here again, real quick recap. T-post. You make you a girth hitch. You take them and you just turn them in. Slide it over the post. It will not slide. Practice, that's basically the only knot, even for skidding logs out of it or pulling dead limbs out of a tree, a girth hitch. The other popular one, which I'll show you now, growing up I used immensely. Of course, I used a girth hitch every time I put a saddle on a horse. You got a tree or whatever. You want to put up a ridge line. Works as simple. You run the line around the tree. Come back in here. Wrap it once, twice, no knot. That is technically not a knot, but it's a timber hitch. So to get rid of the timber hitch, comes out that easy. So all you're doing on a timber hitch, you're taking it like this, wrapping over, come in here, wrap roughly 3 times, You don't need to go all the way around the back of the tree. A friction hitch. So after a bowline, timber hitch. One more that I'll be showing in detail is a rescue knot. A rescue knot. Simple. Instead of tying an alpine butterfly, I'll show you how to rig rescue lines this simple way. Have a good day. Subscribe, please. I like making these things. My wife likes recording them. Be careful. See you later.